Okay, welcome to lesson 5. This is for 7th grade. Okay, we're going to be working on solving two-step equations. Okay, now when we were working previously on these equations, we were just using either division or multiplication or subtraction or addition. Okay, so what we have here is that we're going to solve these equations using two steps. We might be using addition and multiplication, or we might be using subtraction and division. Okay, so that's why they are called two-step equations, because we're going to be using two steps, okay, to solve for a variable. Okay, so let's start working with the first ones. Okay, let's do number 1. Okay, so it's going to be 3x plus 7 equals 5. Okay, so with this equation, what do we do first? Okay, we have 3x plus 7 equals 5. Okay, so let's do the first step. Okay, let's work on eliminating the 7, and then we'll work on eliminating the 3. Okay, so when we have these equations, what we do is we do the same step on both sides. So if we have 3x plus 7, let's leave some space. Okay, we're looking for a number to eliminate the 7. Okay, so we subtract 7 on this side and 7 on this side. What we do on one side, we have to do it on the other so that we complete the balance. Okay, so 7 minus 7 is going to be 0. Okay, so let's put it here just so that we know where it comes from. 7 minus 7, so this would be plus 0, equals 5 minus 7, going to be minus 2. Okay, so the 0, we can stop worrying about it, and then we will just have 3x equals minus 2. Okay, what do we do next? Okay, since this number is multiplying, we need to find a number to eliminate that 3. Okay, this one here. Okay, so what do? We divide 3 on both sides. Divided by 3, divided by 3, and then we have x equals minus 2 thirds. Okay, and then we have our answer. So why was this equation called two steps? Okay, because first we subtract and then we divide. Okay, those are our two steps. Okay, here we subtracted to eliminate the 7, and then we divided to eliminate the 3. Okay, so that's why they are called two-step equations. Let's work on number 2. Okay, we have 4x plus 1 equals 5. Okay, so we do the same thing. For x plus 1, we leave some space. Okay, and we're trying to eliminate what? We're trying to eliminate the 1. So we subtract 1 here, and we subtract 1 here. Okay, this way we're completing the balance. Okay, so we leave 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. Okay, so we have 4x equals 5 minus 1 is going to be 4. Okay, now first we subtracted, now we're going to divide. Okay, to eliminate the 4, we divide by 4 here, we divide by 4 here, and then we have that x is equal to what? 4 divided by 4? 1. And now we have our answer. Okay? So what we're doing here is two steps. First we subtract, then we divide. Okay? Let's put it like this. Here, subtract, and here we divide. That is why we are calling it a two-step equation. Okay? Here, subtract, and here we divide. Okay, that is why we are calling it a two-step equation, because we're using two different steps to solve for the variable. Okay, so here we have that the answer is minus 2 thirds, and here we have that the answer is 1. Let's check this one because it's easier. How do we know that this x is correct? Let's put it here. 4 times 1, 4. Plus 1 equals to 5. Okay, so that's how we check that it's correct. Okay? Well, we can actually substitute here as well. 3 times minus 2/3. We eliminate the 3's, and we have minus 2. Minus 2 plus 7 equals 5. Okay, so we know that our answer is correct. Okay? We're going to complete all 8 exercises. Okay? So you can pause here, and I'm going to be erasing. Okay. Let's work on number 3. Number 3 says 3y plus 8 equals 2. Okay? So, from the look of it, what do we need to do first? We need to subtract something so that we can eliminate this number. Okay? So let's leave some space, and we have 3y plus 8 equals 2. Okay? So, what do we do to eliminate that number 8? We subtract 8 on this side, and we subtract 8 on this side. Remember, what we do on one side, we have to do it on the other. Okay? So the 8's are canceled, and we have 3y equals 2 minus 8 minus 6. Okay? Now, since we already have eliminated the first term, now what do? We divide. We divide 3 on this side, and we divide 3 on this side. Okay? So what do we have now? This one cancels. So we have y equals 2 minus 6 divided by 3. Remember, what is the rule? Negative divided by positive is going to be negative. And 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. And that's how we have our answer. Okay? First, we subtract, and then we divide. Okay? Those are the 2 steps. Okay? Let's work on number 4. Number 4 says 2 equals 6y plus 20. Okay, this is the same thing. The only thing is that we have the variable on this side, but the procedure is the same. Okay, so what we're looking for is a number to eliminate. Okay, so we have 2 equals 6y plus 20. Okay, so we need a number to eliminate the 20. So we subtract 20 here. We subtract 20 here. Okay, this way, this is going to be 0. Okay, this becomes 0. Okay, so we have 2 minus 20 is going to be negative what? It's the same thing as having 20 minus 2, but it's negative. So we have that it's negative 18 equals to 6y. Okay, now how do we eliminate this 6? Okay, we divide both sides by 6. Okay, because this one eliminates with this one, and we only have y on this side, and then we have negative divided by positive, negative 18 divided by 6, 3. Okay, and here we have our answers. Okay, what are the 2 steps? Here we subtract, and here we divide. Okay, same thing with here. First we subtract, then we divide. Okay, perfect. This was number 3 and number 4. Okay, So remember, take a pause, copy, okay, do whatever you need. You can review, okay, before I erase, okay? That way we can work on number 5 and number 6. Okay. Let's work on number 5. Now number 5 seems a little different, okay, because now we have x divided by 2 minus 3 equals to 1. Okay? So, let's work on either subtraction or addition first. Okay, so here we have a minus 3, so we have to add something so that we can eliminate that number. Okay, so we have x divided by 2 minus 3. Let's leave some space. Okay, and we will add 3, so this becomes 0. And remember, what we do on one side, we have to repeat on the other side. Okay, this is a balance. Okay, what we do on one side of the equal sign, we have to do it on the other. Okay, so this becomes 0. Okay, so we only get x divided by 2 equals 1 plus 3, 4. Okay? Now, since we have x divided by 2 equals 4, that means that we're looking for a number that divided by 2 is going to give us 4. Now, sometimes we can see it and know what number we need. Okay, but we need to follow the steps. Okay, you need to show me procedure. If you do not show me procedure, in the test, it's going to be wrong. Okay, so we have a number here that's dividing. How do we eliminate? Same thing with the other 4. If we needed to divide to cancel, here we need to multiply. So we multiply times 2 on this side and times 2 on this side. Okay, that way this one cancels with this one, and 4 times 2. Okay, so that means that we have x equals 4 times 2, 8. And that's how we have our answer. What did we do? What are the 2 steps? Here we add, and here we multiply. Okay? Those are the 2 steps that we're looking for. First we add, then we multiply. Okay? Let's work on number 6. Number 6 says x divided by 4 minus 8 equals 1. Okay, so what do we do first? We need to eliminate the 8. Okay, so let's leave some space. Equals to 1. Okay, so since we have a negative number and we have 8, we add 8 on both sides. Okay, once we add 8 on both sides, this one becomes 0. Minus 8 plus 8, this one becomes 0. So we have x divided by 4 equals to 9. Okay? 1 plus 8, 9. Now, this number is dividing. How do I eliminate this number? You are correct. We multiply. So we multiply 4 on this side, 4 on this side. Okay? This one eliminates with this one. Okay, and we have x equals 9 times 4, 36. Okay, let's check if these numbers are correct. X is equal to 8. Okay, so we bring it here. 8 divided by 2, 4 minus 3 equals to 1. So it is correct. Let's bring 36. 36 divided by 4, 9. Minus 8, 1. Okay? And what are the two steps here? We add and we multiply. Okay, so we are following the steps. Okay? Because it's a two-step equation. We add and we multiply. On the first four, what were we doing? We were subtracting and dividing. Now we are adding and multiplying. Okay? Take 1 minute, take a moment, sorry, to check this. And we'll work on number 7 and number 8. Perfect. Okay. Now let's work on number 7. Number 7 says x divided by 5 minus 1 equals 2. Okay? So, what is the first step? Here, we are subtracting. So, how do we cancel? We add. Sorry. Okay? So, let's leave some space. X divided by 5 minus 1 equals to 2. Okay? So, we add 1 on both sides. Okay? That way, we cancel this. It becomes 0. And then we have x divided by 5 equals 2 plus 1, 3, right? Perfect. Now, that number 5 is dividing. How do we cancel? We multiply. Okay? So we multiply on both sides. This one cancels with this one. And then we have x equals 3 times 5, 50. Okay? Let's check if this answer is correct. X is equal to 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And 3 minus 1 equals to 2. So our answer is correct. Okay? Perfect. What are the two steps? We add and we multiply. Okay? Those are our two steps. Let's work on number 8. Number 8 is similar. The only thing is that we have the equation on the other side. So we just copy. Okay? Now, we have a minus 8. How do we cancel? Okay, we need to add 8. Okay, so let's leave some space here. And we have x divided by 2 minus 8. Okay? So, we need to cancel. So we add 8 on this side. And we add 8 on this side. Okay, that way, this plus this is going to be 0. Okay? And then we have 20 equals x divided by 2. Now, how do we eliminate this 2? Okay, here it's dividing. We need to multiply. Okay, so we multiply times 2, multiply times 2. And what do we have? This one cancels with this one. So we have x equals 2. 2 times 20, 40. And now we have our answer. Okay? How do we know that this is correct? 40 divided by 2, 20. 20 minus 8, and we have 12. Okay? What are the two steps? We add and we multiply. Okay? Now, in these exercises, on all of them, we either added and multiplied or we subtracted and divided. But we can actually add and then need to divide, okay? And sometimes we need to subtract and then to multiply, okay? But what I wanted to do is show you how we are using 2 steps, okay, to solve these equations, okay? Perfect. Okay, so under this video, you will find a link with some more exercises that, remember, you need to hand them in whenever we go back to class. So make sure to check them out so that you can resolve them. Okay, if you have any questions, you can send me a message or an email, and I will gladly answer as soon as possible.